evidence,
Sorry,
evidence.
I forgot the word.
There is good evidence that positive of stable touch can have an amazing impact on others' behavior. By observing the type of touch between a romantic couple, astute observers can often tell a lot about the strength of a relationship.
Okay, you mean the way people touch each other, or the way people hold hands or whatever, can tell us more about the relationship, the closeness of the proximity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the meaning of the every single touch? What's its mean?
You mean every single touch has a certain meaning?
It's a message. Yeah, yeah.
There's a message. Okay. Is it like according to this professor, or generally like accepted by everyone, like scientists or professors see eye to eye?
Sorry?
Is it so, according to one professor's opinion or one professor's research, or all the professors agree on this point? Is it the research?
I think all.
All, okay. All right, Habibti, thank you so much. That's really interesting, like very special, very different, unusual topic. And what about the documentary?
A documentary about the world in 1550, the real future of the earth. Here in this documentary talk about the transportation and the building. About the vehicle, the fuel will be in the sugarcane case to the lowest cost. The sugar cane case is the lowest cost of and the lowest carbon. So in the world available in the commercial volumes. The alternative biofuels company predicting over 5 million gallons of sugar cane ethanol per year. It's very important for health and safety. Also, the aspects of the in 2050 the vehicle will be like we say auto control cars. So the cars can control themselves with human could just sit and the car will drive itself by themselves. This will avoid the jam, and of course, this vehicle, this idea or this these vehicles will have a special sense to control the distance between cars and other one, or what the vehicle is. And this idea is inspired from a flock of the birds and a swarm of fish. About the building,
let me clarify one point and then we continue. So what you said is this, like they make certain inventions, but to make those inventions, they observe, let's say, natural processes, like they observe the birds, fish, or some other kinds of animals, and they get certain elements to apply in their inventions, right?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and about the building, they gave example in city called Al-Masdar city. This city in Abu Dhabi, actually. The idea of this city, the water is heating, have a system via solar energy, and it's safety building materials. So far, they have been able to recycling than 90% of construction waste. This city less carbon and lower temperature. The wind, they built a tower called the wind tower. This tower work as directs the wind from top to bottom, which make the temperature low, and also the transportation will be as a autonomous car or electrical car, and also these cars are auto controls. Just press on the screen. They have inside this car a special screen. Yes, you can just touch it and show where your destination, and it will work at itself. Just you have to set, and the car will reach you on your destination. Yes, this is for the building. Yes, and they at last the scientists, they told as a tip that we have to know where the energy comes from and how we can use it to make the difference.
Hosseini, you impressed me today. Are you generally interested in construction or engineering?
No.
Okay, that was impressive because you understand the entire process, how the things work regarding the building and everything. That's really impressive. Thank you. Is there anything you want to add?
Nothing. It will be amazing if this will happen in the future. It will be amazing, of course.
Yeah, hopefully. And the way you understand and the way you describe, like even if I understand the process, I don't really think I would be able to describe it the way you did. Amazing. Thank you.
Actually, I read some points to remember to explain it.
Amazing.
As I
really appreciate your hard work. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So Sabel, we'll continue with you, and then we'll move to the discussion topics article.
Okay. For me, I read an article and I watched a documentary. The article was about top 5 most expensive cities to live in, and the 5 most expensive cities were the first one was Hong Kong. And the second one was New York City. And
not surprised.
Yeah.
Because of dollar rate. It's normal, I guess.
And the competition for business and stuff.
Yes.
And Geneva was the third in Switzerland. And,
Switzerland, yes.
Yeah, and the fourth was London. And the fifth was Tokyo. And
so you mean Switzerland is more expensive than Great Britain?
Yeah. So
that's surprising.
It was the third because it's a place for movie filming, and there is a lot of art landmarks over there.
Is the list organized? Is this list organized for the tourists visiting the country, or it's for locals?
No, it's like generally for living. If you want to live there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be the most expensive cities of the world.
Okay, that's really surprising for me that Switzerland is more expensive than Great Britain. I would expect the opposite. Like I would think like Great Britain would be more expensive.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised because actually so many luxuries, rich people live there, and that's why it became so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what's the last one?
It was Tokyo in Japan. Japan in general is one of the most expensive countries to live in. That Tokyo is the most expensive, being the capital of Japan, is no surprise.
They calculated according to the dollar rate, right? Living expenses. Okay. Interesting, but I would like to know the minimum wage and the monthly costs to at least see like in which city it's like, possible to live, not to survive, because those are two different things.
Yeah. So for Tokyo, I read that if you want to live in Tokyo, it will cost you 3 times what actually costs you to live in the USA.
Oh, you mean like Japan is way more expensive than US?
Yeah, in generally, Japan, not only Tokyo. There's other cities in Japan that actually really expensive. The rent varies from like a 40 square or 20 square room will cost you over $1,000 over month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
But
really
what about the salaries? How much do they pay?
They say that their salaries are pretty much high, especially if you work in
Okay.
Tokyo. They're pretty much high. But if you live in other cities, I think it's gonna be challenging to have a, a respectful or decent life over there.
Yeah. But in Tokyo, although it's expensive, like those expenses are still affordable because of the salaries, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
for businessmen especially.
yeah. Thank you. Is there anything you want to add about the article?
No.
Okay, let's talk about the documentary then. What was that about?
The documentary was about child trafficking in Afghanistan.
Oh,
So
that's a sad topic. Okay.
really, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah,
So
me too.
So the villages where most poor families live there, and as known that Afghanistan is suffering from war, Taliban, and other sides, especially that Taliban took over recently. So the people start suffering from poverty, also economic crisis. So the poor family that were forced to leave their own house and move to the other side of the city started actually to sell their own children to actually live because like the story of Maria, she had 7 children and her husband died in war. So she had no choice but sell her own children because she couldn't feed them or like provide life necessities to them. So she had no choice, only to sell them to other families. She knew that the other families could actually afford feeding her children. And the thing that broke my heart, she said that every day I try to provide my children the food for the day, and at night I just weep for my children and for my husband. She said that I never forgot them. I actually miss them every day, but that was the only choice I had to make, and there wasn't any other choice.
Isabel, you broke my heart.
Wallahi,
After
I
this,
was broken as well.
wallahi, right now I'm ashamed of my problems. Like I cannot even say that I have problems. I need to fix them or something. Like compared to what this lady experienced, what we live is like our
True.
problems are not problems. Like they are, I don't know, luxuries.
Especially that I feel so sad. They don't even have clean running water. The little things, they don't even have it. And that feels so bad. Like the governments really messed up the people.
May Allah help them. And I hope no one on earth will be tested this way. It's
So
really
sad, yeah.
difficult. Oh, Salsabel, what did you do today, huh? What did you do to us?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We need to know, like, we cannot have fun all the time. We need to talk about these serious, also sad topics as well, so that because they are part of everyday life.
True.
Thank you so much, Abibti. Thank you. I'll share the screen now for the topics to be discussed. 1 second. Okay. Honestly, I don't remember which topic we finished last time because I'm using the same questions for different groups. So you tell me where we are. Family, friends, flowers, food, going out, happiness, hobbies, internet, languages, leisure time, music. I think we did this. Neighbors and neighborhood, newspapers. I think no.
No.
Did you talk about music?
I don't know, maybe Husseina, you talked about music?
Yes,
No.
yes. I think for leisure we did because we even made a joke saying that we always talk about leisure time and that's the same person talking about it. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we stopped with here. I mean this
Music.
topic. Music, yeah, okay. Let's continue with music with Salsabel. I want you to cheer up a bit, talk about something positive, and then we'll continue with Husseina with neighbors and neighborhood. Okay, Habibti, do you like music?
Yes, of course.
Everybody does, right?
Yeah, it's important.
What's your favorite type of music? Maybe
Well, for
jazz,
me,
rock, pop.
kind of pop, hip hop, also sometimes jazz, not all the time.
Do you like traditional ones?
Well, for me, no. But I like old style Arab music, like Kulthum, if you know it.
I don't know actually, but yeah, good to know. Like you can tell me about it a bit, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Can you sing?
Me? No.
Do you hum like whenever you're at home when there's nobody around?
Yes, everyone does.
Everyone does, yeah. But do
Yeah.
you like your voice? Some people do that because they like their own voice. Some people do that because they're just cheerful but actually they hate their voice.
I
Like
think I
me.
just like to sing sometimes. It makes me like cheer up and feel you know. But like I doesn't like my voice.
Okay. Did you learn music at school? Did you have this subject?
We did, but we didn't pay much attention to it.
Can you tell me which activities you had during this class? What you did at school at that time?
For us, it was purely studying. There wasn't really any, what do you say, addition classes like art or music or stuff. But we had science projects. We had what do you call it, yearly something for science. We do it and the
Assessment.
yeah, I think yeah.
Mhm.
So that's it for us.
But did you have musical instruments at school, like guitar, piano,
No, we didn't.
drums? You didn't. Okay. If you could learn a musical instrument, like how to play a musical instrument, what instrument would it be?
The violin,
Violin. Why?
because I really love the sound of it. It just warms my heart. I love it.
Do you think there is a specific type of musical instrument that girls should play, and there's a kind of instrument that boys should learn to play?
I don't believe so. I think it's appropriate for everyone.
So every there's no gender issue in the musical instruments. Anyone can play any musical instrument, right?
Yeah, I don't believe that there's something for girls and for boys.
Okay. Do you think music in general is important?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
Well, for me, I just listen to music every day. I know it's something I shouldn't do because it's haram and stuff, but I love it because it cheers me up. It changes my mood when I feel like I'm sad. It cheers me up.
I think like the role of music cannot be denied. I haven't totally understood how it works. I'll tell you one thing about this music. There's one specific type of, not type, like it's just one song that I listen to, and it's been like maybe 13 years, 14 years, maybe even 15 or more. But that's not 20, I hope. But like till 20, let's say. Every time I have physical pain, that music, that song, specific song, just cools me down. Like that helps me to, like I don't know how it works, but that's only one song. I thought maybe like this is kind of classical and I can, find another song. No other song, like for all these years, it's just one song. And it works every time, like I don't really understand how it affects the entire thing works, but whenever I have like strong physical pain, like that music, that song, and then I calm down and I fall asleep every time.
What
Like
was
there's
the
no I guess the name is Bella's Lullaby, but that's the only song that works this way. I can send you that song if you want.
Yes, sure.
I wanted to know the magic, the trick, if there is any, but I couldn't find like. So that's why when somebody says like music has an impact on people, like it definitely has. At least on me, I know it has. And it's not only emotional, even for physical pain, it works. And I guess there's kind of art therapy, musical therapy, and something like that. So that's why I believe in it.
That's true.
Yeah, because I experienced it personally, so I believe. Thank you so much, Abti. It was nice to know your ideas about music, and let's go with neighbors and neighborhood. Let's go on with that. Hasina, tell me, but you'll be honest this time, okay? Like usually I say it's not test of honesty.
Okay.
We just share some
I'll do my
ideas.
best.
Yeah. For this topic, I want you to be honest. Do you like your neighbors?
Yes, of course. Even I don't know my neighbors, but they are calm and good neighbors.
Are they good?
Yep.
Okay, because you should be lucky to have good neighbors. Most of the time, they're lucky. They're noisy. Sometimes they are like angry. Sometimes they are just crazy. They don't know what they want. So it's like good luck, great luck
No,
to
no,
have a
I
good
didn't
neighbor.
face like this problem. Alhamdulillah.
Really? Yes, you're really, really lucky. I have faced like almost all kinds of crazy neighbors. But these ones that I have now, like so, not really bad. Okay, are neighbors usually close to each other in your country?
Nowadays, I don't think so. No,
They're not close to. Do you think
no.
it's because of this generation? Like back then, they were really close, they were really supportive.
Yeah, they have much thing to do. They have to go their work. They have lots of works. They don't have time to make a society community like this.
Yeah, capitalism, huh? Can you tell me more about your neighborhood? What it is like?
Yes, I think it's a nice. Nice. I'm living in a nice place here. There is actually gym, swimming pool, the courts, basketball, tennis, football. Yes, we have all things in our neighborhood.
Yeah, nice facilities.
Yeah.
Do you think your neighborhood is a good place for children?
Yes, it's a good place for children because also there is children's playground actually, and it's a safe area. Children can spend their and interest their time actually.
Do you have any ideas about the ways you can improve the neighborhood or it can be improved?
Actually, it's a new community downstairs here in our neighborhood, so it's not need any improvement.
So like it's fine, like there's no need
Yeah,
to change or fix
yeah,
anything.
it's
All right.
nice and good place.
But which changes would make you happier? Like if they added, for example, one more swimming pool, or if they added, I don't know, another restaurant or cafe or something.
Yes, also we have yes, it's good for us. There is cafe. Also a market, supermarket. There's everything. Dessert shops. They are improved themselves. From
So
time to time, soon will be dentist downstairs, and also the doctor for vet. Also, they will open as a clinic. Yes,
all the major necessities you already do have.
yep,
Okay, thank you. And do you think it's important to have a good relationship with neighbors?
yes. To live in peace, of course.
Why do you think so?
To live in peace.
You'll be in peace, exactly. And I guess neighbors are the first people to help us whenever we need something. If there is a thief just breaking into the flat, like they're the first to call the police, or if you are in need of anything, or if you don't feel good or something. So it's really important to have good neighbors and good relations with good neighbors.
Yep, of course.
Okay,
They are
thank you, Tom. Yes.
they are the closest to us than far family.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. While waiting for your friends or the family to come, neighbors are the first to assist, right? Thank you so much, sweetie. Let's continue with newspapers and Jezebel, ready?
Yes.
How do you usually get your news?
From the internet.
Do you often read the newspapers?
No, only from internet.
Online newspapers. What kind of news do you usually follow? Sports news, political news, economic?
For me, I read news about our country, like the war updates and who died, who stuff about Corona. That's it. Accidents.
So daily news and maybe some political.
Yeah.
Okay. What about inventions and I don't know, technology and so on?
I
Do
used
you
to
follow?
read. Yeah, I used to read about them before, but these
Okay.
days I didn't stop following.
Yeah, if you come across, you just read. If not, like you don't pay special attention to that.
Yeah.
How do most people get the news in the country?
I think most of them through newspapers, but for me, from online.
So you mean there are still people reading the newspapers, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you think it's good or better not to?
but I think it's optional. It's everything is provided over internet, but if you prefer reading newspaper, it's also good.
But don't you think like they're kind of wasting the paper? Like they're cutting the
True,
trees for this?
for the
And,
trees and stuff. I think yeah, true.
yeah, and also like when they deliver these newspapers to the shops, like they have to use, I don't know, gas and petrol and so on, which is like really not really
A lot
environmentally
of
friendly.
wasting. True.
Yeah, so it would be better to use the internet for
Yeah, or
news.
the TV channels. It's better.
Okay. Oh, okay. We see eye to eye. Do you think international news is important, or it's fine if we are just
What again?
following the local news?
Just a sec. Just
Honey?
sorry, I had to see the door. Okay, what again?
It's okay, no problem. Do you think international news is important? Like we should follow international news,
Yes,
or
absolutely.
if we, okay, why?
Because you want to know what happens in the world, in the whole world,
Mhm.
just not in your country.
So since we are going global every day, more and more global, so just sticking to the local news won't work. So we need to know what's going on around the world. For example, about this Russian-Ukraine war and I don't know, with food chain problems or the economic problems and political stuff, right?
True, yeah.
Because in one way or another, they will affect us sooner or later. So we need to be ready to some
Exactly.
extent. Okay, thank you so much. And let's have one more topic before the break. Let's continue with Hosseina talking about the noise. Hosseina, every time we talk about the leisure time, I guess for today's topic, it's about neighborhood and the area where you live. Similar topics. Okay. Do you live in a noisy area?
Actually, in the summer, I discovered this. In the summer, more than the winter season, actually.
You mean noise is more in summer than winter?
Yep.
Why do you think?
Because there is, there is no school. Their children, also the weather is not too cold, so the children is screaming outside. Also, you can sometimes they have a bit like a dogs or something like that. You can hear the part of these dogs. Also, if there's any maintenance work, you can hear this voice also.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
as a
washing
break.
machine, dishwasher, and so on, right?
Yeah.
What kinds of sounds you hear on a daily basis? Like every day you hear these sounds?
As I said, like screaming, children screaming, or the dog barking.
Okay, and then maybe like people selling stuff or cars, I don't know,
No,
and the other?
it's a little bit far the street or the main street. A little bit far about our building.
Okay, you're lucky about that. Where do you go to spend time in peace and quiet? Like when you want to have, peace and quiet in your mind, where do you go?
Not in Turkey before. I like to go to the shore, and always I choose a time when it's quiet, like you say, people at work or at a little late in the night. So it will be quiet, and I like to sit there.
Oh, okay, but in Turkey you haven't discovered yet?
I don't think there is no quiet place in Turkey. I'm sorry to say that.
That was a good point. Are there any sounds which you think are pleasant, like we hear them and we enjoy?
No. No.
All sounds are, that's okay. Or maybe like a baby laughing, or I don't know, like some pets making some sounds, or maybe the birds chirping or something.
No, not.
You don't enjoy it.
No, not specific.
Okay. And babies usually cry; they don't make nice sounds. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any noisy friends?
Noisy friends? Actually, I don't have friends here, so there's
Online?
of course the answer will be no.
Okay. I hope you make new friends pretty soon, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I'll stop it here with patience with this topic. We'll have a break. After the break, we'll continue with patience, pets, and so on. Okay?
Okay.
All right. See you after the break.
See ya.
I'll send the link again. Bye-bye.